Welcome back. So it's time to talk about individual stocks and plenty of them on the radar. So our team is standing by with the CNBC TV 18 list of top stocks to watch this morning. First up is Vivek. Vivek, you're watching out for Patanjali Foods this morning. Tell us why.
Well, good morning. That's right. So a block deal is expected in Patanjali Foods. We had access to the term sheet and we understand that two promoter entities, that is Patanjali Ayurved as well as Patanjali Parivahan, both of them are together will be selling close to 3.1% of the total equity. The floor price for this particular block deal is at 1,815 rupees a share, and there is a 90-day lockup on further sale of shares. Remember, the promoter and the promoter entities held close to 73.8% stake at the end of Q1. Expect some weakness in the stock today on the back of this particular supply that will come in.
All right, that stock lower on the supply that is likely to come in, but Rima joins in. The big acquisition from Nazara Tech, a near 1,000 crore one. Rima.
Thanks so much for that. Indeed, so Nazara has announced that they will be investing 982 crore rupees in a company called Moonshine Technology, which owns PokerBaazi, which is one of India's leading poker gaming platform. Now, this 982 crore is structured as following. The company will be investing 150 crore into the company. So this is growth primary capital which goes into the company, which Nazara will do via convertible preferential shares. The balance will be done via cash infusion plus a share swap. So that's how the transaction is structured. But this is a large acquisition because the acquired company had revenues of approximately 400 crore in FY24. And to put it in context, Nazara's FY24 revenues were close to about 1,100 crore rupees. So we're talking about a company which they've acquired is 40% of their current size. Margins of the acquired company are also close to about 10% at the EBITDA level.
All right. And by the way, we'll be speaking with the management of Nazara at 9:40 this morning. So that's going to be an interesting conversation to have. Stock, of course, has been doing well over the last couple of days, 1,008. Well, let's talk about gold finance companies, Muthoot and Manappuram. Abhishek is here to tell us why they're in focus. Abhishek, morning.
They are in focus because gold price is at all-time high, or they are shining really well. So it's now at $2,563 per ounce. If you take a look at the gold prices, in last 1 week, they are up 2.5%. In last 1 month, they are up 7.5%. While in last 3 months, they are up 18.4%. And in last 1 year, they are up more than 33% on a YY basis. This augurs really well for gold finances like Muthoot and Manappuram. Remember that in Q1 FY25, Muthoot Finance had their gold AUM grow by 11% quarter-on-quarter, while Manappuram, on the other hand, had their gold AUM grow by almost 10% quarter-on-quarter. For Muthoot, gold financing forms about 98-99% of the AUM, and for Manappuram, it's around the 50-55% level. Also, the fact that IIFL Finance still is absent from the gold financing market, which augurs well for these two entities, given the fact that they'll be able to disburse more loans to customers. Back to you.
Okay. All right. Got that, Abhishek. Thank you very much for that. Let's go across to Vamakshi. She's watching out for a couple of stocks as well. Vamakshi, good morning.
Well, good morning, Surbhi. Let me first start off with Tata Power. The company's step-down subsidiary, Tata Power EV Charging Solutions, has signed an MOU with Tata Motors. They will be setting up 200 fast-charging stations for electric CVs in 5 metros. So given that development, going with the green for Tata Power. Intellect Design is the next one I'm watching out for, and that is because the company has launched eMAC.ai for financial landscape of Sri Lanka. Keep in mind that the company already works with several notable financial institutions like HDFC Bank Sri Lanka, RDB, Cargill's Bank, among several others. And with this new launch, the company is poised to strengthen its partnership with not only these banks but several other financial institutions in Sri Lanka. Apart from that, BLS International has signed a definitive agreement to acquire 100% stake in Citizenship Invest for $31 million, or roughly around 260 crores. Keep in mind that CI is a Dubai-based advisory firm, and this acquisition will be funded through internal accruals and is expected to be completed by October 31st, 2024. low. So given that development, going with the green for BLS International. And lastly, let's also watch out for Puravankara. Several announcements out here. Firstly, the company has acquired redevelopment rights for Miami apartments located in Breach Candy, South Mumbai. This site spans over 2,000 square meters and the current rates in this area are estimated between 1.25 to 1.4 lakh per square feet. And with this, the company has entered the high-end South Mumbai real estate market. Apart from that, they've also been selected as a preferred developer by a cluster of 4 societies with land measuring nearly 1.3 acres in Lokhandwala, Andheri West. And lastly, they've signed a joint development agreement for nearly 2-acre land parcel in Bengaluru with a saleable area of 2.6 lakh square feet. So overall, going with a green for Puravankara as well.
All right, green with the Puravankara, buying land in Breach Candy, Lokhandwala as well as Bengaluru. Well, we started with Vivek on, a block deal that is likely to happen today. Let's go back to Vivek on the details of the block deals that happened yesterday. Vivek.
Well, that's right. Yesterday did see 2 quite large block deals happen. Remember, earlier yesterday morning, we told you about how Honasa Consumer, you actually saw the block deal size get upsized to a little over 10% of the total equity. So along expected lines, the sellers, private equity investors, who've been around even from the pre-IPO days, they were the sellers. So Peak 15 Partners, Sequoia Capital, Redwood Fund, Fireside, Stellaris, as well as Sofina Ventures. All of these entities, remember, held more than 30% stake at the end of Q1. They were the sellers. Amongst the buyers, you did see names like Morgan Stanley Asia, ICICI Prudential Life Insurance. They were the ones who actually bought the stake in yesterday's block deal. Now, the other company on the radar is PNB Housing Finance. Again, yesterday a block deal over here. Asia Opportunities Mauritius Fund sold close to 16.2 lakh shares, a little less than 1%. Remember, at the end of Q1, they held over 5% stake in the company. Amongst the buyers, Government of Singapore picked up a significant chunk. So almost 13 lakh shares was picked up by Government of Singapore. Other buyers included Goldman Sachs as well as the Monetary Authority of Singapore. Going with red on both of these names, PNB Housing expects some recovery after, if there is a dip in the session today.
Okay, all right, got that. Vivek, thanks very much. Let's quickly recap our list of top stocks to watch this Friday morning. The ones that have positive news flow around them are Nazara Technologies, Muthoot Finance, Manappuram Finance, Tata Power, Intellect Design Arena, BLS International, Puravankara, and PNB Housing Finance. Stocks with negative news flow around them, Patanjali Foods and Honasa Consumer.